Shalom. I give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yah, the highest power, creator heaven and earth, and honor his only begotten Son, Kings of kings, Lords of all lords, Yahushua Mashiach. I don't know about you, but I sit back and I just observe, and you probably notice this too, especially you that's fighting a good fight, and you that's really trying to be a child of God, like you really going hard with it, and you really trying to, you really are doing it, and you're trying to stay in the good graces. If you and you probably sit back and you probably feel like you're the only one in your neighborhood or only one in your house that's righteous. I'm not talking about no fake religion, Christianity, church Sunday going person. I'm talking about a true person of the Most High God who's receiving instructions from not only the Bible, his written instructions, but also at his lips that he's still speaking. And I know sometimes I feel like, everybody wicked. Like, I'm just calling it what it is. They feel like nobody believe in nothing. It's like nobody believe. Like it's like you the only one who fighting. Like it's like even in your house, like it's like you the only one who see. Like we gotta be serious. So you then not only your house, but you go outside, your neighbors. You probably stay around neighbors 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, probably never even had a conversation. People probably just hate you without a cause, for nothing. And everybody coveting, everybody want what another person got, and it's just sad. You just see the same people doing the same stuff, living like zombies. Everybody like the Walking Dead. And they don't know we in the last hour, we in the last seconds. Like the world is changing every minute, every day. We gotta raise our kids and everything like that. Not to be worried or anything, but it is something to pay attention to, especially when it's nobody, like not one person, like not one of your neighbors is righteous. It's like they hate you for being light, like hate you for being righteous. They hate you for wanting to be, a true child of the Most High. Like you hate you for being obedient. This world is crazy. The world is very different now, and it's changing. But you got to understand. You want to vent, just talk to the Father. You don't even understand. He's your only friend. Christ is your only friend. Because it's nobody's even loyal no more. It's no loyal friends no more. It's no loyal. Even your siblings are turning on you. Even your mama, your father, they doing evil things to you. You got to honor your father and mother, and that's a tricky part right there. Because you see the evil in them. The older you get, you see how probably wicked your parents are. But we got to honor our father and mother, but we got to call these things what it is. We can't continue to lie to ourselves, especially if you've been chosen, and you've been chosen. It's just like everybody it's like the days of Noah for real. It's literally like the days of Noah. Nobody caring, everybody is living their life like this world gonna last long. Man, I just look outside, I just go outside, I just feel so much hate, I just feel so much resentment. It's just like it's just in the atmosphere, You stay next to people and they, for years, and you probably even help these people. You probably didn't show neighborly love, and they ain't give it back, and they ain't show it back. It's just you gotta hang in there though. You gotta deal for what it is and say and call it for what it is. So. I'm reading out of Psalms chapter 37, and it says, for evildoers, 37:9, Psalms 37:9 said, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. It said, for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, if thou shalt diligently consider his place, it shall not be. So we got to understand that the wicked and the people who's not doing right, the people that don't want to even live remotely right, like the people that hate you for living right, they not going to be here. They not going to keep breathing, especially when if they coming against you, a person who's truly, is you favor. I'm talking about a person who truly love the Most High and love Christ, who's trying to embody and who's trying to be the perfect image, and who's trying to overcome the flesh, who's trying to overcome Adam. Well, Adam failed. You trying to triumph like Christ did. We trying to follow what Christ did because he triumphed. He defeated the flesh, the beast nature of man. He said, I have overcome the world. So that's what we got to do. And I know it seems difficult. Sometimes you just like, man, ain't nobody righteous. Like, man, I can't get a breath of fresh air. Because you know how it is when you talk to somebody who on your frequency, who really believe in the truth. That's a breath of fresh air. But them people ain't plentiful. It ain't that many righteous people, man. It's not. And if it is, they spread it out. They here and there. You run across them so ever often. But where you live, it's just so many people just walking around like zombies. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Verse 11 say, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in abundance of peace. And that's what the meek want. That's what righteous people. That's what the children of the Most High want. We want peace. We don't want my spirit been vexed for a couple days now. Like, I'm like, why am I so upset? Like, my spirit been upset. Like, I ain't my flesh, and like I'm not mad. Like, my spirit just been, like, I've just been upset, and I've been mad at the world. Like, I'm like mad at like how this whole world is being ran. Like, how these people are acting. Like, it ain't no love. It ain't even no common courtesy. Nobody cares anymore. Everybody just cares for self. And then they in secret competition. What are they in competition for? Why are black people, Negroes, period? It don't matter. Why are people in competition? White people, why are people in competition with each other? Chinese people, everybody in competition for what? Where's the goal? Because the rich people, they'll tell you in a minute that money don't bring happiness. But just like in your community, I'm just talk about Negroes because that's who I'm living by. Why are so-called black people so in much competition when they don't have more than you? No more than you got. Everybody looking and coveting what the next person got. Psalms 37:12 say, the wicked plotted against the just. And that's what the wicked do. No matter what level of wickedness they on, they plot against righteous people. They plot against people who's humble, people who meek, people who they think is, won't fight back. They plot against these people. No matter if it's on a lower level or on a high level, like in the satanic music world, they plot against the righteous, the just. Verse 13 said, the Lord shall laugh at him. And let me finish 12. The wicked plotted against the just and gnashed upon him with his teeth. Verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he said that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Yeah, man, have you ever been talking light and talking life and talking positive? Not even positive in so much like you just talking about God, and that's positive. I'm not talking about worldly gain and material and these affirmations, these positive affirmations. I'm talking about real hard truth, spiritual truth, and spiritual food. And you've been talking to them. You have been talking that to a person, and they just hate you for it. Man, I've been experiencing so much. It's like you just anything about God, they hate. They don't want to talk about. Anything got something to do with Christ, they don't want to talk about. But the minute you talk about some worldly stuff, or even on Facebook, if you post anything righteous, any scriptures, Anything righteous, anything that's informative to self-improvement, they ain't like, you ain't liking. You could get 1 or 2 likes, but as soon as you post some drama, as soon as you post somebody getting kicked out their house, or as soon as you post somebody fighting, as soon as you post somebody, you get all the attention, you get all the likes then. So you're not alone. If you're a righteous person and you feel like you the only one, you're not alone. You just gotta vent about it, pray about it, and really just go ahead and deal for what it is, and try to stay in the graces of the Most High. And you talk to the Father, because He your only friend. Man, it's 2020. It's finna be 2020, so-called. People ain't what they used to be. Not even back in the 90s. Not in the early 290s. You don't have no friends. Because it's finna be evil against good. And that's all it's gonna be. Ain't no in between. That's cut and dry. It's gonna be evil against the it's gonna be the righteous against the wicked. Either you righteous or you wicked. And you it don't matter if you're relative, it don't matter who they are. You got to distinguish the two. And you got to know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with when you're dealing with it. So you just be encouraged, because you was built for this. The Father ain't choose you for nothing. He ain't going to lay nothing more on your shoulders. But He wants you to be abreast. He don't want you to fall back asleep. He don't want you to go back into the world. You got to stay alight. You can't do what the world doing. If you set apart, you can't do what the world doing. You can't watch what they watch. You can't eat what they eat. You can't smoke you can't smoke and do we can't do that. So you got to stop these things that's otherworldly people if you want to call yourself holy, which means set apart. You got to literally be set apart. I had talked to a brother about certain movies he watching, certain movies he's sending out, and he gonna try to justify it and say, he sending out all these wicked movies. At the same time, he's sending out the classes, the biblical classes that they doing, and he's sending out wicked movies like The Joker and these movies like Dolomite. Like, why are you sending that to the congregation? Why are you sending it to the body of Christ? That's not edifying. He don't want to try to justify it and say, we live in this world. Yeah, we live in the world, but we ain't got to be of the world. So you even got people who so-called woke, so-called Israelites or so-called Christians who woke and still love the world. I mean, they love the world. You just can't be. No, certain things you got to cut off. You can't watch wicked movies, man, and say you righteous. You can't do that, man. You can't say you love Christ and you born again and you renewed in the mind if you still watching wicked movies and wicked programs. You are what you eat. You are what you watch. You might, it ain't no wrong with being entertained, but you got to be a conscious of what you watching and what you yielding your members to. They said the Joker movie is the most wicked movie ever, but you sending it amongst the body of Christ, amongst the righteous, and even for worldly people, they shouldn't even be watching it. So-called worldly sleep people. Whatever, because it is people out here who are zombies and they are asleep and they eating a Popeye's chicken sandwich, and it's turning them even worse. Like you say these people been going crazy, man. It's been a lot of things that happen real rapidly, real quick. Meanwhile, you got tanks. Meanwhile, the government is turning up. And then since again in the Pacifics, we know how the government is turning up. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But if you feeling like you the only righteous person, and that's how it's gonna feel, because you're in a fight, you're in a spiritual war. It's spiritual warfare. It is truly spiritual warfare. But the righteous shall and the meek shall inherit the earth. So we gotta keep on holding on. You got to endure to the end and hold fast what we have. Because even people in your own household can be your enemies. You can be trying to change. You probably quit smoking. And you probably quit doing this and quit doing that. And these people still doing it. Your wife or your husband. You know what I mean? You could be anybody. You chose like, man, I'm going to stop doing this. I gotta just be straight. My temple has to be for the Father. It's the Father's body. and they not following suit. They not following the positive things that you do. You know what I mean? So we got to watch what we eat and everything, because these other nations, they preying on so-called black people. So if you for real, and so-called white people and all, y'all just collateral damage. You know, they really after the Negroes. They really want to kill us off, and they trying for centuries to kill us off. But we the people of the Most High. But now the Father finna start distinguish His people. You know, it's been a lot of kids being. It's just been a lot of stuff going on. Not speaking on the Pacifics, it's just been a lot of wickedness going on amongst the black community, and people just run around. Why is this happening? Because nobody's turning their face to God, man. Ain't nobody yielding their heart and yielding their soul and their mind into the ways of the Father. That's why a lot of wicked stuff going on. That's why He's allowing certain things in the community of the blacks to go on. And they're going to keep going on until we seek His face and turn from our wicked ways and cry out to Him. But only a certain going to be chosen. Even the people that so-called woke, even the woke people, they going back to sleep, or they living in lasciviousness. They just worldly. Holy people are worldly. Some holy people are supposed to be set apart. They want the world. They want to be accepted. Everybody want to belong to something. Everybody want to be seen. It's just madness. I'm doing the opposite. The whole world smoking weed. Why you want to smoke weed? No, you should quit. If you smoke weed, you should quit right now, because the whole world smoking weed. And it ain't nothing but a lie. It ain't nothing but a trick. Weed don't do nothing but keep you immature, keep you lackadaisical, keep you fighting demons you don't have to fight. Stop smoking weed and see how clear your mind be, and see how much peace you have. Just stop. See how much the Father start blessing you, because you yielding, you just totally going off the Holy Spirit. Man, you can't, you pretty soon you're going to have to give your vices up. You're going to have to get all the way into the fight. You're going to have to be used. You want to be used by the Most High? Be obedient. Stop smoking. Stop eating this garbage out here. Stop doing what the world do. If you want power, you want true power, you want true spiritual insights, you want to have communion with the Father, you want to have a relationship with the Father, stop doing what the world do. I guarantee you gonna see the change for the better. And, I just wanted to, put this out into the world, man, and to the righteous, man. Hold on. The Father got us. The ones who fighting. I boast in the Father. I don't boast in myself. All glory be to the Most High Yah. He is all omnipotent. He see everything. He see people doing you wrong. You see people talking behind your back. Don't worry about these people. You know how many times, man, I got testimony on top of testimony on top of testimony. I might let them out when the Father won't, tell me it's okay. But I done been through a lot spiritually to get where I am now, and the Father just got more for me. And I want it. I'm not finna suffer just to go to hell, man. I'm gonna do all this suffering in the world and getting treated like this by family members and so-called friends just to go to hell, man. I'm not finna do that. No, I'm gonna fight. I want to be in the kingdom of heaven. I want to be in the 1,000-year reign with Christ coming back. I want to be, 1,000 years. One day is like 1,000 years to the Most High. So when He ruled for 1,000 years, that's gonna be 1,000 years of peace. I want to be right beside the Mashiach. I want to be beside Christ when He ruled for that 1,000 years. He just got 1,000 years of peace. Could you imagine 1,000 years just living peaceful? Come on now, it's possible. I know it's possible, because if you could live 1,000 years in a hellhole, it gotta be another side to this. It gotta be the kingdom of heaven. Gotta come down. It's gonna come down. I believe every word that's in this Bible. I believe every word that the Most High tell me. But this flesh, we war with it every day. You gotta keep warring with it. You got to keep warring with the zombies and rebuking the demons that's around you. And pretty much just moving circumspect. And with that, I'm signing off. And I'm going to say stay strong and keep the good fight. Keep fighting the good fight. And redeem the time because the days are evil. Stay righteous. All praise be to the Most High Yah, and only His begotten Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Shalom.